Welcome back, my dear friends. Welcome back to ever so amazing, sexy Europa Barbarorum 2, where I am playing one of the greatest mods for medieval Total War. Yes, for medieval Total War. Continue on with Saba tribe. We have conquered Nairan, that is this little camp, and now we have an issue. An issue comes from Hadramaut region, and this rebel general probably will be coming for us. We have no idea, to be honest. The biggest mistake I have done since the very beginning is wasting my spy to, well, cover most of the region, open our view towards the regions, but not actually see the most important enemy city near our own main capital, like right in front of us. So we have positioned a watchtower here to overlook this region. Now if the enemy dares attack us, they have an ability to go for Mariab and immediately siege it. So that's an issue. That is a very big issue. But thankfully money is going up. And that's exactly what we really need. Money. We need money for many things, my dear friends. For many things, and one of the most important ones is the Asht, regional pacification. Why that? Because it gives us a public order bonus due to the law, 5%, and local production and farming on +1. A temporary military authority must be established in any province that dissolves its government, whether through external conquest or internal politics. A central garrison can serve as a mute display of military strength, but the active pacification of rebellious elements and the quelling of banditry will re-establish a semblance of normalcy and stability. After this brief period has passed, decisions can be made regarding the type of government to be installed for a longer duration. Strategy. Military occupation is a precondition to establishing direct administration of the region. It requires 1,200 buckaroos that we have no way of utilizing, well, getting the damn little thing, but we'll have to do it for all the three, well, the 2 towns and 1 camp. We need to pacify these bastards so we can move away with our armies. And that's exactly what we'll be doing immediately, because honestly I am worried if this douchebag comes close to Mariab and siege it. He has the ability to actually go for any of our cities, but thankfully Tibna also has walls. Mariab has walls. Mariab has, let me see, we have a wooden walls. So reinforced gates, extra wall defense that is, and that's it. So again, they will have to siege it for 1 turn at least. We could position some of our army, specifically coming from our son-in-law. That is our brother's son-in-law, Halik Bayin. And of course from Timna, we have our brother, that is the king's brother, Bin Malik. We could immediately reinforce this position and destroy the enemy. We could actually immediately go into Sabai capital with our leader. The problem is, let's do this, a massive problem. Potential for revolt. That's the only problem I really have. And because of that, I will not be doing so. I will leave it as is. From Nairan, Nairan is problematic because disillusioned people here. I have to leave a few troops if I'm gonna do anything. So for now, we have no way of getting even close with any of our units except Rakabin. Actually, Rakabin have the ability to get into Mariab. And I think that's exactly how we'll be doing, sending first the Rakabin towards Mariab. To reinforce Mariab, because again, the event was that they will be attacking us and they're going for Mariab. That's an issue, my friends. That is a big issue. Because at the end of the day, if we lose any of our main cities, I mean, it's not really the end, but I don't really want to re-siege the cities themselves. So whatever we can do, we will do it. At the moment, sadly, this troop of 134 quadrupes, the citizen militia, are unable to get into the city to reinforce it. But they're outside the city and will be joined up by other forces. Let me just make sure. Okay, we have a nice range, movement range, with our 2 units. I could go immediately with more ASPs. So, like, again, if the enemy moves. But I will do it. I will send more units, and we only have yellow and content for now. So that is a beautiful thing. At the moment, even without that one damnable unit, Zafar is a-okay at the moment. At the moment, at least. Again, no way of actually building anything in Timna. Thank you very much. In Timna, I can't build anything except, of course, regional pacification. In all of the cities we have taken. Sorry, now that's a smaller town, or if you will, a minor settlement. So again, I will need the regional pacification for every single point I have taken. For now, I leave it as is, my dear friends, and let's see what the enemy actually does. Hopefully they don't move on us, but if they do, they will have to siege for 1 turn to make some siege equipment to rape Mariab. By then I will send the ultimate force across the hills and far away, specifically from Nairan, and re-establish, well, establish the first contact with the enemy while they're starting to siege, and we'll have more forces to deal with the enemy. And as I say that, the enemy is moving to Mariab, specifically directly to Mariab, it would seem, which is a good thing. They will avoid the small force near Mariab. This is a very good thing. They dare siege us. If it would be a good thing also if I will be able to tell them fuck off somehow, but I don't think the AI will give it so easily. Okay, the year in history again. Nothing for us. Epiros, nothing. Antignon, the Gauls. Okay, Alexandria. The rebellious Roman commander Regium Decius loses his sight. The Romans capture Regium, and Cornelius Blasio is granted a triumph. Good for him. End of the turn report, my dear friends, and we are okay. We are almost 4,000. That's a beautiful amount, and we did get the recruitment of our Fayach Latin, the tribal Highlanders. Good, that's a little bit more reinforcements for us against the enemy general. The enemy general already has 2 rams, 1 ladder, and 1 siege tower. Has a lot of camise, a lot of asps, and a lot of Safialatin, sorry, and Achzais. So again, 2 more elite units, a general of course, a new unit of what exactly are Ethiopian spearmen, no less. Interesting. Well, what I'm gonna do is join up with this force right here. I think the red region is actually reinforcements that will be coming behind the enemy of sorts, like the zone of control in the newer games, right? And that this is, if we attack from this location, we will have a joint reinforcement from this army, I think, at least. So let's see if that is true. I will be sending our another general, our possible heir from Timna. Again, the brother of the king, bin Malik. So there is that. Not a huge force still, but this entire force here is a, well, except Drakabin, is a full-fledged force. Not these little groups now of units that have failed well, not fail, I wasted a huge chunk of man during so many battles, of course. Glory to these people, that is, to my soldiers, but still, I will have to leave someone behind. That will be Faram il-Wathar. He will stay behind. We'll send this force with more units that are more like 54 Fayah They're gonna go 99 Safia of Kamis are moving with us. Hegerans with us, 64, 60 elite units will be moving with us. Asps, 140 Achzai, excellent. Hegeran 40 only, but still. And all the rest of these, like, I'll take another Fayah Safia 52 of them. The rest of these guys will stay here for in case of the rebellion. And rebellion is always a bad mojo, I would say. And of course, the leading of these troops will be Luhaith, of course, the son of the king of Saba. Do not having any road structure, we won't be able to reach the position. There are no roads between Nairan and Maryab. So there is that. So again, 52, 54, 155, 63 Hagera, and 64 these bastards. Achzai, Safilatin, and that's it. All the rest of them will stay where they are. And well, of course, in this turn, we won't be able to reach them. But if gods are willing, we'll able to scare them away maybe a little bit. Just scare them away for a little bit. Let's get up to this point, because that's as much as we can actually get. And if the enemy, if the rebellion really goes up the ante, that will be a bad mojo, sadly. A very bad mojo. But do remember, we now have money to actually impose certain things. Like here we can say, well, we're gonna go for regional pacification. Of course, we do have the ability of Nawaga Stana, a new home. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Let's read this. Ooh, that's a lot of reading, but number of free upkeep units 2. Public order bonus to the happiness 2. Okay, sorry, minus 5%. A migrating warband has pushed itself far away into foreign lands, and by the will of the gods, chance or good leadership has managed to take hold of good pastures. This has been possible to the cooperation with other cultures looking to supplant the former polities. Politics? Let's go polities. Although amounting to just a petty noble and his retinue, often acting as bodyguards or mercenaries for a paymaster, many in this group have come to consider this province their home. Now some men are calling for their wives to join them, others have already found new ones, while word of the riches to be had have started to get back to the nomadic camps. Historically, nomadic cultures could afford sustenance just for a fixed number of people, which although could be large, it was quite difficult to have a sustainable demographic growth, without taking more pastures and resources. Moreover, climatic changes meant that what used to nourish a community and its animals simply could not preserve the same numbers of before. Lacking the infrastructure and organization, barely even the possibility to import vast quantity of foodstuff to compensate for the loss, resulted in a much more common phenomenon of migration. Indeed, the ever-mobile pastoralists often looked for a new possible pastures, allowing them to rotate between winter and summer camps. This very mobility and the related cultures made young men seek to establish their own dwelling and family nearby, while older siblings inherited a large portion of the wealth of their fathers. Throughout the Hellenistic period, a combination of desire for new pastures, climate change, and pressure from other tribes dealing with the same issues caused nomadic communities to move out of their homelands and settle new territories. Can we get that also, or do we firstly really need this, then we go for a new home? I will go first for the pacification, and then if ability will get the new home thing. We'll do it that way. I kind of failed in Timna because I moved our general, but Zafar still has the same thing. We can make a tributary state, which I will definitely not be doing it. We're gonna go for another regional pacification. That's 2/3, my friends. We have the money, thankfully. We also have the ability to get some mercenaries due to the money we have, which is actually a very good thing. We're gonna get some Faya Khalatin. This is also the first time we're gonna be utilizing the mercenaries. The upkeep is the thing that I'm worried. It's 160 for Faya Khalatin, that the mercs that we're gonna be getting, right? This is the thing. So let's see the beautiful recruitment of Faya Khalatin. It's 850 and 160 is the upkeep, so I think it's the same upkeep. Yes, so it's only about the recruitment and the upkeep stays the same. So I don't have to worry about mercenaries being, you know, like way too much upkeep for them. So they just cost a lot from just what I've seen immediately now. So I will be getting Rakabin again, while being great and being fast, it's always a good thing. We're gonna get some Faya Khalatin, and that's all we can get. Like, basically everything costs way too much anyway. We'll hire them, thank you very much. So again, a much bigger group here. Not a huge chunk, by the way, but I hope that should be enough to deter the enemy. If not, I will be joining in with another general. Another general indeed. Not a huge chunk again, but this is all if they dare attack. If they do attack Mariam, siege it. We have a reinforcements, well, not great. 4 units, but still, they do have to siege. Or I move also Halik Bayen, in case, just for in case. Though again, I'm worried about rebellion, and I'm worried that that rebellion will like completely annihilate us. We're gonna get those taxes down. Just let me see the public order. Okay, yeah, those, yeah. When we go very high, let's go to the normal taxes for now. Why was it even on a very high? Jesus. Like, look at the amount. Yes, the income is way better, but normal taxes, it's okay on normal taxes. In Iran, I will do normal taxes. I cannot lower it. At the moment, I cannot lower it. So, I think if I remove Bayen, I will have still ability. I think the public order is still going to be quite amazing in Zafar. They have only 5%. Law 5%, an additional building of entertainment and fall, so it's 10% incomplete if we're gonna count it that way, compared to the 5% just the basic unrest. This 45% is rest is just from the garrison itself, which is just the general himself. So I'm gonna send the general to join up. Okay, still Zafar, potential for riots, but that might not be so. That might not be so dangerous. No governance. 70%. Tax bonus. Cultural build policy. So there is an automatic of certain thing. Auto-managed. Which is an interesting thing considering that I'm the one that chose that I need governors in villages and towns and settlements in general to have the ability to build stuff. Like in Timna. I can't build crap, but we have the ability to set up the build policy for the AI, I guess. This is currently auto-managed. So if I only have the general, I have the ability to manage the tax rate. So I just have to untick this if I don't want to. Okay, so basically that means that I need general just for the tax rate. And that's it. Not to build anything or something like that. Well, maybe build manually certain buildings, otherwise it's auto-generated at exactly who and what and when it's gonna build. Okay, nomadic camp. Do I get any point of having a nomadic camp like this? Cannot be destroyed. Okay. Livestock herds. Okay, caravan route. Okay, I'm just looking exactly if I can destroy something to gain something, but I don't need to. I mean, after all, we are same peoples. So let's end the turn and see how this is gonna be. I am a little bit worried that possibility of heavy rebellion in Timna, like Timna, might really go down. Civil unrest, 45%. We'll see, and hopefully it's gonna be okay. If not, we're gonna have to fight rebels that come from Timna. Potential for riots. I need also this entire force to get reinforcements and something like that. If just I need to get back my main army under control. So let's end the turn and see what happens. Hoping that the enemy will give up on us, but again, I honestly never had the chance to see at least not remember the AI actually giving up on the siege, because they might get overwhelmed by possible reinforcement from the sides and all that. We'll see how that's gonna go. We will see how this is gonna go. Because this is actually a quite this is the most important point for us in this playthrough. No, they're giving up. Whew. Okay, so they are giving up. This is a very good thing. They're going back to their own thing. This is a beautiful thing. While they still do have the ability to attack us at any given time, with a long distance, by the way, the ability to move in a long distance to exactly that towards two main towns of ours. Well, one of the main towns, Timna, Zafar. Actually, Zafar is too far for them, but Timna has a little bit of riots. 116 citizens killed, soldiers none. Considering that basically we had nobody there to kill anywho. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm not gonna chase him. We're gonna go back here. Oops, not that. Sorry, my bad. Accidentally pressed the wrong thingy. Excellent. Though to be honest, I wanted to move Halikbayan back into the Zafar, but it's fine as is. Let's move in. What's happening here? Potential for riots. Again, in one turn, one season, I might gain a beautiful public bonus. Order bonus. So there is that. 70%. Of all the towns, Timna is the one with issues at the moment. Okay, that's okay. Let's bring our son back to Maryab. Get back our forces up. We need to retrain our men, as now we have taken most of the possible enemies, little tribe that could have damaged us from the sides. We only have now one in front of us that we can look towards and worry not about the rear or any other side of our main capital city. So, first retraining of the most important units. It will take some time to retrain these guys, not really. In one turn, we'll get these 3 units retrained. I think, yes, I think these are like specifically now that we can retrain. No money. No, that's not the actual cost to retrain 0. No more units of this type of retraining. Okay, interesting. Yeah, so I have no way of actually training Hegerians at this very moment, sadly. Let's get the Fayach Safilatin for now. Excellent. This is good. This is actually amazing, and this is actually, I think, even the first time, at least that I remember, that the enemy gave up. Though I'm probably lying like a little bitch, I think like that might have happened. I might have happened a few times in stainless steel when I played the stainless steel a long time ago, but still, it was good. This was actually a good thing. So that is the king's son, Luchayat Malk Saba, gained a trait. This man is now a member of a house Salhin and king of Saba. Much is expected of him. +1 influence, +1 command, +1 to personal security. How nice. How nice indeed. But he's still not an heir. The heir is still the brother of the king. And what I want to do with you is get the back over here. Now I have no need for one of the generals. I'm gonna send a son-in-law towards back to Zafar to control Zafar, get back some loving there, do whatever we can. I think, yes, in Zafar we have initiated, yes, we have initiated regional pacification. In Timna we have not yet, but at the moment we're gonna lower the taxes to high taxes. Let me just see the difference. 1535, 126. Okay, I'm gonna leave it on normal taxes for now. Like this. No, normal taxes. Nah, it's okay. Like not huge chunk of unrest and the tax penalty specifically. On normal, it's fine. So I'm gonna leave it to normal for now. For now, at least. Nairan is a little bit of a problematic, to me at least, as the inability to do anything, cannot change the tax level of the settlement. I have no idea exactly why I cannot do so. I mean, hell's bells. We'll see after the regional pacification, though. Maybe Faram el-Wathar is not just a capable enough of a man to do such things. Excellent Jobsworth. Okay, this man is stickler for the rules, having little imagination where paperwork is concerned. Minus 10% to tax income, the trade. Now, I've read, and this is actually the first time I read this thing, and I did not know this until recently. And I played this freaking game a long time ago, and I still didn't know that you can actually move retinues between, I think, commanders or something like that. So before they die, you can move some retinues towards the commanders. I honestly did not know this, as I can move them like this, so I'm guessing I can't do that. I don't know how how does that really happen, but wow, that's cool. Really cool, actually. So the problem with this asshole is that he says minus 10% to tax income. He's not really the governor that people want, though again he is sharp on charismatic Sally, a low charisma, has high vitality and high intelligence. Let's see next. Well supplied, this is good, and we are at springtime. Great also. So again, at the moment, this is as is. This enemy will have the ability to attack Maria, but at the moment we have a force that can attack, will be able to attack the enemy with much more heaviness if they dare attack us. Though I'm worried of what else is out there that might be moving towards us. Eremos, I mean the entirety of the region of Eremos, I mean hell's bells. We know these bastards, there's a tribal. Though I do not think that these people are the same guys. This says desert tribal only, and this specifically tells who these little tribes are. So there is that. Though it could be that this specific unit was the unit that spawned due to the event of us moving to Nairan. So there is that. Okay, so for now, I believe at least it's gonna be all a-okay. I've done everything that I could. Next turn, we're gonna go regional pacification for Timna, and that's about it for Timna at least. Retraining impossible. Recruitment impossible of anything worthwhile, but still we do have an army and we have the ability to buy mercs if need be, which is also a good thing. But they do require quite a bit of money, which I do not have. Will be a nice thing also to utilize that for Faram el-Wathar and gain more units for Nairan, if nothing else. So there is that. Okay, beautiful. This turn has went quite a-okay for us. Myriab is not being sieged anymore. We are rebuilding our armies. And it's going to be interesting to see what the enemy does next. The choices for at least this group are not huge. The only way of them doing anything against us is against Myriab or Timna. And that's it, at least for now. We know we have watchtowers, we have small little fishing villages around to give us a sight if the enemy goes to alongside the coast here. And of course we will be needing a watchtower in a few parts here near the end here between us and Eremos region, Mayan region and Eremos, because we need to see exactly what the fudge is happening out there. For my beautiful diplomat, Zari Shams Asri. We have two things we can move in. Go for Egypt, which is actually one of the specific factions we need to wipe out. And we are still in rebel territory, so no heavy presence of other factions, at least that I know of, here. Though I think there should be a smaller faction right here next to Egypt. We could go for a bigger faction, which is in this region. Now, I think that's the Sassanid Empire. I could be wrong. Different time frame and everything. I can't really remember now. I'm playing too many different games. Anywho, so there is that. And that's all for this turn, my dear friends. So the end of the turn report. This is it. Let's end the season. See what happens in the next season, and that's where we're gonna end it all. For this list part. We have seen that the enemy dares not attack if we have much, even though again the enemy does have a full stacked, almost full stacked group. Heavily, like that's a heavy stack of Safi Latin soldiers, even a lot of militia troops, and of course few elite units. They could have done a much damage to us, but they do have to go over the walls first and foremost. But considering, again, the AI is never the smartest thing in existence, they are going again. This is gonna be cool. I hope the retraining of our troops is done well in Mariab. Like when we recruited before they even attacked, so that's good. They move again onto Mariab. These fuckers think they can do something against us. Again, they have to rebuild everything, which I'm fine with. And we will be... oh, maybe not. We will have an actual fight, my dear friends. We will actually have a fight. But this time around, we do have back Hamis and Hegerans in a full stack. How the hell would they be able to actually attack us now? We are under siege. Does that... I don't understand that at all. How can they siege us? They have no siege equipment. We are in this... this is an interesting thing. I don't get it. Because no siege equipment. The walls are a-okay for all I know. So an interesting thing, and at least in terms of archers we have a lot, and that's gonna be for the next video, my friend. Defense of Mariab and pushing back Pelagon with 2,508 men. This is a pivotal battle, by the way. Losing here in Mariab, thankfully again we are fully stacked, quite a bit to be honest. And we do have elite units with a lot of chevrons. So hopefully that's going to be a good defense. I wish you the very best. Next time more than more drugs and more Europa Barbarorum and the defense of Mariab.